Welcome to the third video in this series about logarithms. In this video, we're going to be looking at exponential equations and how to solve them. So let's take a simple one over here, like 2 to the x equals 8. We all know that x equals 3 because 2 to the third power is 8. Okay, simple enough. Well, what about 2 to the x equals 16? Well, once again, we know that 2 to the fourth is 16, so x would be 4. So the heart of this video is about solving equations like this. 2 to the x equals 10, where we really don't know what it is. It's not a whole number answer. We do know it's between 3 and 4, but that's all we know. So without any further ado, let's get it on. Let's go ahead and dive right into how to solve this equation. The issue here is that x is our exponent, it's not the base. So had we had x squared equals 10, we could just square root both sides. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to take the log of both sides. So the reason why we do this is that we learned in the last video that you can actually take the exponent x and transform this into x times log 2 on the left side of the equation equals log 10. Log 2 and log 10 are nothing more than numbers, so all we have to do now to solve for x is we can divide both sides by log 2, so when we do that, we get x equals log 10 divided by log 2. Since we really just want to know what number it is, we do know the answer should be between 3 and 4 because 2 to the third is 8 and 2 to the fourth is 16. So if you grab your calculator, and here's what I did on mine, and if you take log 10 divided by log 2, you get 3.3219, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all the way out there to the end. So it does make sense that we got an answer between 3 and 4. Also, you can take 2 and actually take it to the power of that answer. And when I did that, I got 10. So that's further verification that this actually works. So if I round off my decimal answer to 3 places, I would get something like this, 3.322. And remember, sometimes you're asked for the exact answer, sometimes you're asked for the approximate answer. So what does that mean exactly? Well, log 10 divided by log 2 is your exact answer, whereas 3.322 would be your approximate answer. As always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, or subscribe. Thank you, and back to part 2. Speaking of more complicated problems, here we go. Let's go ahead right now and take a look at the one on the left here, problem A. So we have 3 times 7 to the power of x equals 90. What we're going to do here is we're just going to go ahead and we're going to try to isolate 7 to the power of x by itself. So how we're going to do that is we're going to divide both sides by 3. So when we do that, the 3's are going to cancel out, become 1's, and then so we're going to get 7 to the power of x equals 30. So what I do know is I know 7 to the first is 7, and I know that 7 squared is 49. So when we're done here, common sense says we should get some answer between 1 and 2. And let's see what happens. So as you learn, what we're going to do right now is we're going to take the log of both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and write log 7 to the power of x equals log of 30. From there, we're going to go ahead and move this x out in front, so it becomes x times log 7 equals log 30. And then finally, we're going to go ahead to find the exact answer. We're going to divide both sides by log 7, so we're going to wind up with x equals log 30 divided by log 7. So that would be our exact answer. Take a minute and try this on your calculator right now. Take log 30 divided by log 7. When I did this and rounded off to 3 places, I got approximately 1.748. So that fits in really well with what I got up here, which is I knew the answer is going to be between 1 and 2, and it is. All right, let's take a look at a different one that's even a little bit more complicated. So on this one, we have 2 times 5 to the power of x plus 7 equals 71. Once again, we're going to try to isolate this 5 to the power of x by itself. To do that, we're going to go ahead and subtract 7 on both sides. So now I get 2 times 5 to the power of x equals 64. Since we have 2 times, we're going to divide both sides by 2. So when I do that, I'm going to get 5 to the power of x. 32 divided by 2 is 32. Once again, before we even try to find the answer, let's just kind of think about what the answer should be about. I know that 5 squared is equal to 25, I also know that 5 to the third power is 125. So I know my answer is going to be somewhere between 2 and 3, probably closer to 2, since this is just a little bit above 25. So let's see what happens here. So what we're going to do then is we are going to take the log of both sides. So now I get log 5 to the power of x equals log of 32. Using our log power rule, we can go ahead and move that x out in front. So now we get x times log 5 equals log 32. Then we're going to divide both sides by this log of 5. And when we do that, our exact answer is going to literally be log 32 divided by log 5. Grab your calculator and see if you get an answer between 2 and 3. When I did this, I got about 2.153 if I round off to 3 places. So that's it. That's a more complicated version of how to solve it when x is actually your exponent, not your base. Hope you enjoyed these 3 videos on logs. And as always, thanks for joining me here at Math Rocks with Mr. Cox.